All right, so this one, we didn't really get a chance to go over the iliotibial band, but we'll do that real quick, and then I'll do like my version of the Noble's compression that I like to use. There are various ways of doing it. So in order to find the iliotibial band, a lot of times what I'm doing is I'm taking my thumb here and I'm going to palpate then the lateral side of the leg, and I can actually feel the band itself. It's a pretty easy structure to palpate, and what it does is it comes inferiorly or proximally down the leg, and it'll cross over the lateral joint line. And what it does give some support, some lateral stability support to the lateral side of your knee, and some of the fibers then attach, over onto Gerties and a little bit then towards the head of the fibula. And so what I do is as I palpate this, I'm palpating it to see if it's uncomfortable, a little bit tight on the individual. I'll show you a test a little bit later, but I'm right on that. I can feel it. I know he can feel it. He probably doesn't like that too much. It feels like this, this thick cord band of tissue that I can get my thumb on. Now, go ahead and pull back with this. And sometimes by firing, having to do just a little bit of like the hamstring flexion, a little resistance, I can maybe get that to, feel like it pushes out a little bit. So what I like to do, go ahead and stand up here first. There's that, what I refer to as like the compression test. Nobles, what I try to do is I want to go ahead and find that bend your knee just a little bit. Yeah, okay. So, and then go back into extension. I find that lateral epicondyle and go ahead and bend forward. And as I bend forward, what happens is it starts the iliotibial band will start to slide backwards. So when they're flexing, when they're flexing their knee like this, it'll slide back and then go ahead and extend. And when they extend, it slides forward. So all we're doing is just looking to see if there's pain when they do that, going from the flexion to the extension underneath my thumb when I'm on their lateral epicondyle. Because what it does, it kind of like traps that iliotibial band underneath my thumb, and it's pretty painful if somebody's irritated. So you can do it this way, standing, and actually would have them put both your feet kind of shoulder width apart, and I'd actually then have them, like they're going to squat, go ahead and squat, boom, there you go, whoop, that's it, and then back up, and that. So when they go ahead and from the extended position, go ahead and squat up, they'll feel right there, and then when they go ahead and go back, they'll feel right there, and so when they get fully extended, they won't feel that. So it's right when they start to go into that flexion and then going from that flexion back into the extension. Go ahead and jump up on the table. So you got a couple variations on this. You can do it just like this too, where you find that epicondyle, and you can actually passively extend their leg and be the same thing. So like right here, there wouldn't be any really much discomfort until we start to get to right about there, as it starts to then slide forward. And then as we bring them back, as soon as we start getting them into that flexion, then they'll feel that. So that's one way. The other one, lay over on your side. You can even do this way. And again, you can do them passively. So here, and then they're not going to feel it. When you do go to extend them, they're going to feel it right there, and then they're pretty cool. And then, of course, when they start to go in that flexion, they're going to feel it again, and then it's going to be all right. So it's just that like first 15-ish degrees of going from extension to flexion. So again, that's kind of like my modified Noble's compression test. We'll go over Ober's, in another video. Okay.